How are you feeling? How long have you been here?
3 months, May 17th.
And what brought you?
That's difficult to answer.
Eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital.
That's difficult to answer.
inside my head of crying people facing death. Is this the end? Is this the end? I'm burning in the stone. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the stone. This is the final genocide. What have we done to the world? What have we done to the world? I'm burning in the stone. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the stone. This is the final sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be out you.
Won't anybody help us? What are we running for? When there's nowhere we can run to anymore. Can't afford to be innocent. Stand up and face the enemy. It's a do or die situation. We will be invincible. And with the power of conviction, there is no sacrifice. It's a do or die situation. We will be invincible.
Who the fuck is Karlyn? She's just some sweet lady. She's like in a knitting. She does like a knitting stream. She's like a knitting YouTuber. She does knitting.
Can we grow up a little bit and
Alt
not
Girl
be
sent $200.
retarded?
Have you
Please.
seen the work of Karlyn Borysenko? Anti-commie cult leader and is obsessed with looking at what actual far-left communists are talking about and organizing today, infiltrating them. They infiltrated the universities, schools, media. She has the receipts to back it up. Primary source evidence. Infestation is dire and she calls Republicans idiots eating slop. Agree.
Thank you for the big super chat. Yeah. Oh, I know Karlyn B. She's solid. She's funny. I
The
like
great
her.
noticer sent 200.
Literally.
So
Not
it's,
Ian.
it's not because
Yeah.
I haven't dangled my junk into the combat zone on purpose to get some camera footage, but that's the big part of what's the
Is that
problem.
what you call reporting?
Go
and live
under if
streaming?
you're going to do it.
Yeah,
go
seriously.
undercover. Otherwise, you're wearing a hunk of meat in a lion's den. Nick Shirley, I love you. Take care of yourself, man. Karlyn Borysenko went undercover. Do stuff like that. Like if you want to expose this thing, don't pariah, please.
But Ian, here's and I agree with you to an extent.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? How's it going? Happy Monday. I apologize for being a little bit late today, but you know what happened to me today? You know why I was late? Do you guys know why I was late? I blame it entirely on Fox News. I blame it I was so proud of myself this morning, guys. I was so proud of myself. I actually got up at a reasonable hour, which for me is around 11 o'clock. Okay. Like, let's just, you have to grade me on a scale. I don't wake up in the morning. I work until 3 or 4 in the morning and then I sleep in. Okay. So for me to get up by like 11 o'clock, you guys have to understand this was like a Herculean feat on my behalf. I was already congratulating myself by the time I got out of bed. And I was like, you know what, Karlyn, you're going to go to the gym. You're going to bang out your fucking steps on that fucking treadmill. You're going to think about doing weight training, but I'm not quite there yet with weight training. I'm still warming up to the idea of my body aching all the time, getting back into weight training. So I was like, you're going to go to that fucking gym and you're going to sit your ass on that treadmill and you're going to watch Whatnot on the treadmill and you're going to bang out like thousands of steps on the fucking treadmill. And then you're going to come home and you're going to have a nice leisurely afternoon where you don't have to rush to get everything done. And so I was like, I was super fucking proud of myself. And then I turned on Twitter and I saw this from Fox News. Guys, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for breaking news from Fox News? Are you ready? Exclusive. Okay, we're just going to pause there. We're going to pause there. I want everyone to keep in mind the term exclusive. Okay? Just take the term exclusive and put that term in your back pocket. We're going to come back to that. Breaking Fox News exclusive. The No Kings movement is unmasking a new alliance. Communists, socialists, and democratic activists are joining forces to try to shut down America's economy. This is an anti-American campaign that calls for a nationwide strike on May 1st with the aim of shutting down all work, school, and commerce around the country. There is only one solution: communist revolution. And again, I'm just going back to the term exclusive. Hang on, let me make sure I have the chat on the screen. We need the chat on the screen for this one. I'm just going back to the term exclusive. I'm just going back to that term specifically. Because I'm old enough to remember when I've literally been reporting on what the left is going to do on May Day 2026 for, I don't know, 6 to 9 fucking months. Let me just ask the chat. Let me ask the chat. One in the chat, if you were already aware of this breaking news exclusive for 6 to 9 months ago, from when I first started screaming about this. 2 in the chat if the Fox News exclusive is the first you've heard of May Day. So 1 in the chat if you were already well aware of what the left is planning for May Day 2026, which is a mass general strike to shut down the economy. 2 in the chat if this is like actually breaking news exclusive. I'm old enough to remember when I was on InfoWars with Harrison Smith, like several times, specifically to talk about May Day and mass general strike and shutting down the economy. In fact, I wonder if Fox News has figured out yet that this is not just about May Day 2026. This is actually about May Day 2028. Which is the actual goal. May Day 2026 is just but a practice run, you Fox News retards. May Day 2026 is just it's a practice. It's like an exhibition match. It's practice to build up to the big mass general strike in May 2028, which I have also been talking about since at least September or maybe even August or June, July of last year. So I take umbrage. I take umbrage. I have literally been on Fox fucking News. It's not as though they don't know who I am. It's not as though they don't have my contact information to contact me any fuck off time they want to contact me. They could text me literally anytime and I would answer them and I'd give them whatever information they wanted. It's not that hard. You just follow me on Twitter. Like, this is really not that fucking hard. So I take umbrage, Fox News, with the term exclusive, since I have been reporting on this so-called exclusive information for at least 6 to 9 months before you assholes woke up to it. And Azra Nomani is a psychopath that thinks she knows everything when in fact she knows nothing. No one should ever listen to Azra Nomani. She's a bitch with an agenda. She twists all the stuff she does to adhere to her narrative. She will never give you primary source evidence because she doesn't really understand where it is. Azra Nomani's never been in leftist organizing calls. Do you want to know why Azra Nomani, the psycho that Fox News has decided to depend on for their coverage of the far left, do you know why she thinks that this is an exclusive? Because Azra Nomani doesn't even pay attention to the organizing calls of the far left, which are public on the internet, you dumb bitch! So I take umbrage, and if you guys also take umbrage, you can let Fox News know in the chat that, oh wait, I've been reporting on this shit for months and months and months and months and months. And if you want to link them to this video that I posted, or this is why I was late. Because instead of getting up and going to the gym and banging out my steps and getting back to my office early, I had to make a video really showing like just a couple of the times that I've been reporting on like literally this exact thing for months ahead of Fox News. So if you want to post this video in the replies of Fox News's bullshit exclusive tweet, please do so. Please do so. Because you know what? You know what, assholes? I have been screaming about this for literally months or years longer than you have even known what is going on. And it's really starting to piss me off. It's really, really starting to piss me off that people keep doing this. And guys, did you know they're organizing a mass general strike on May 1st? Wow! Yes. Yeah, we did. We've been in their organizing calls for months. We have posted dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of clips on the internet. We have been tagging you assholes, trying to get you to report on it for months and months and months. And now guess what, fuckers? It's too late. It's too fucking late. Because the left has been building up towards the May Day mass general strike for longer than they were even planning the third No Kings protest. May Day is like a high holy holiday on the far left. They have literally been planning for the May Day mass general strike since May Day of last fucking year. And if you think you can do anything to stop this, if you think you can do anything to prevent this from happening, perhaps you should have listened to me months and months and months and months and months and months and months ago when I have been screaming about this all over the internet as loud as I possibly can. We've been sharing this content. We've been getting hundreds of thousands of views on these clips, sometimes even fucking millions. We have been getting this information out there, and you assholes refuse to report on it per usual. And so now the left is already in full swing. May Day is going to happen. They're only going to build momentum from the No Kings protest that happened this past weekend. And by the way, I'm getting really fucking sick of conservative influencers going, this wasn't a big deal. This doesn't mean anything. They didn't accomplish anything. I'm getting really fucking sick of this shit because it's like anyone with a working fucking brain can look at what the left is doing and know they are outplaying the right on every single point. Every single fucking point. And the right just keeps sticking their head in the sand and pretending this isn't happening. and ignoring the things that are happening right in front of them every day. And then the left pulls off a mass protest on Saturday with 8 million fucking people, the largest single day protest in American history, leading up to the May Day mass general strike that is going to shut down the economy on May 1st, 2026, which is only a practice run for the big one that they want to do in 2028. The right has no concept of the long-term planning that the left has been doing to be able to pull this stuff off. And the right just goes on Twitter and said, this isn't organic. They're all paid protesters. This doesn't mean anything. The video's already on. Have you guys seen this? I shouldn't call you guys assholes. You guys are smart. You're here. You're listening to the information. Have you guys seen conservative retards on Twitter going, those videos of the No Kings protests look like AI to me? You want to know why the left is going to win and the right is going to lose? Because they just do nothing but whine and complain and ignore what's happening right in front of them and stick their head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. And then they go, who's funding this? And then they go, we know who's funding this, but they never actually do anything about the funding, do they? Could the reason be that they never actually do anything about the funding? Could that be because they don't actually know who's funding this? Do you guys remember? I am old enough to remember when Donald Trump declared that they knew who was funding Antifa on the far left and they were going to go after them with a RICO trial. Does everyone remember when Donald Trump declared that they were going to go after the far left with a RICO trial? And I was the first one to say, that's never actually going to happen, you retarded losers. And all the conservatives assure me, we know who's funding this, and Trump is going to RICO them. Does everyone remember that? One in the chat, if you remember the alleged Antifa RICO trial that I told you from the very beginning was never going to happen. 2 in the chat if I'm making that shit up. And that really never happened, and Trump never said he knew exactly who was funding this. 1 in the chat if you remember that Trump promised everyone a RICO trial that I said was never going to fucking happen. 2 in the chat if I'm making shit up. Yes, a lot of ones. Yes, a lot of ones. Where's our RICO trial? Probably in the same place as our Doge checks. Probably in the same place as our tariff checks. Probably in the same place of all of the mass deportations. Probably in the same place as every other Trump promise the Trump administration has made that they have broken over and over and over and over and over again. Probably in the same place with all the conservative retards who keep going on Twitter. We know who's funding this, and then they never do anything about it. I will breathe if I fucking want to, Moon Goddess. So anyway, the reason I was late to the stream today was because I was late because I had to do a video responding to Fox News because I was pretty pissed off to find that they are claiming exclusive for something that I have specifically been covering for months. And Azra Nomani's a fucking psychopath, and you should never listen to anything Azra Nomani says. Like, honestly, if you want information about the far left, I am so far ahead of Azra Nomani, it's not even funny. And Azra Nomani is a crazy fucking person. And there's a reason she got fired from Parents Defending Education. I'm just saying. But you guys know what's really important? Do you guys know what's really important here? Actually, hang on. Before we get into what's really important, let's acknowledge some super chats and some channel memberships. Yo, we've already gotten 4 channel memberships in, and I haven't even had to ask you guys yet. Can we get some W's for the people who have already sent in channel memberships? We got, actually, hang on. Do I have 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. It says I only have 4, but I think I have 5. Actually, it looks like 5 people have. YouTube is lying to me. According to StreamYard, I have 5. We got Loki with a W. We got Loki with another W. We have Loki with another fucking W. We have Chilago with a W. Thank you so much. We have Moon Goddess with a W. We have 5 channel memberships so far. Let's give these amazing people some W's in the chat because they're not only supporting my work, they're supporting everyone on the channel, and that's awesome. James in with the super chat, ready to get my fascism on. I'm convinced all of those in power are complicit in the communist takeover. So real, James. So real. No one is doing anything but you and your team. Thank you for opening my eyes. Thank you for being here, James. Thank you so much for the generous super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Moon Goddess. I may have yelled at you, but I do appreciate that super chat. Thank you to Naruto. I hear you're going to start X Drama Alert. Maybe. I do have the account set up. Maybe. Let's just put a maybe on that. I got some other stuff to do right now, but let's put a maybe on that one. Maybe. W's a Tolkien fan with a gifted channel membership. Guys, gifted channel memberships are really important because guess what? Guess what? We have a spy stream later. Spy stream is when we go inside live leftist trainings and we talk about what's going on in the training. And guess what? Later tonight, we are going into an actual socialist call. This is not a progressive call. This is not a DSA call. This is an actual socialist call where they are going to be discussing their plans for the May Day mass general strike. This is very similar to the probably 24 leftist organizing calls that I have infiltrated and recorded over the last 6 to 9 months, talking about the May Day mass general strike explicitly that Fox News wants to ignore. Well, you know, I take you inside their calls so you see it in real time. So you don't have to wait 9 months for Fox News to get around to reporting something that I reported fucking months ago. W's to Virgo Moon for the gifted channel membership. We really appreciate that. Guys, spy streams are supporter exclusive. And so what that means is you have to be a supporting member of my Substack, my Locals, my Patreon, Twitter subscriber, or you can be a YouTube channel member. And what's really cool about that is people in the chat can gift channel memberships on YouTube so we can invite more people into Spy Stream tonight. We're going to be getting started around 7:45 p.m. tonight. I have posted the information out to supporters on all the different platforms. If you are watching on YouTube, I will show you exactly how to find the information. You go to my channel homepage, you click on the post tab, and when you go to the post tab at the very top of the page, if you are a channel member, you will find a link to tonight's spy stream. It is not a member only stream, it's an unlisted stream, and I post the link in the post tab. And so if we can bring in 100 new channel members today, that's 100 more new people that we can expose to information that will literally take conservative media months to figure out. The benefit of supporting my work is you literally get to know what is going to be in the news 6 fucking months ahead of time. You get to have like the inside track and know where all this is going and know the next big event that's coming up and know what the left is doing. And guess what, guys? You never have to take my word for it. You literally never have to take my word for it because I will take you inside their organizing calls. I will show you their organizing meetings. I will show you stuff that will never get reported on conservative media because for some reason they don't want you to know this stuff is happening until it is too late to do anything about it. So if you actually want to know what the left is doing, if you want to be on the cutting edge of everything, if you want to actually listen to them directly, then sign up, man. Become a supporter, become a channel member, gift channel memberships out. It really does help my channel. I am 100% funded by people like you. I am funded through super chats, channel memberships, Substack subscriptions, couple other ways. But those are the big ones, guys. And if you want to support my work and keep me in business so that you can be months and months and months ahead of conservative media and actually be hinged into reality with what is going on, then join us. We would love to have you join us. Spy Stream is awesome. If you have ever been to a Spy Stream, guys, only answer if you've been to a Spy Stream. 1 in the chat if Spy Stream is worth the price of a channel membership. 2 in the chat if Spy Stream is a big waste of time and you regret ever watching it. 1 in the chat if Spy Stream is well worth the price of a channel membership. 2 in the chat if it's a big waste of time and you hate it. That's a wall of ones right there, guys. That's a wall of ones. Literally, I have never had a person come to one of my spy streams, even if they're boring. Not all spy streams are interesting. Sometimes we record the craziest shit you've ever seen. Sometimes it's actually really boring. But even when spy stream is a relatively boring spy stream, I have literally never had a single person that has come to my spy stream say, this was a waste of my time and money. Because I'm the only one bringing you inside these calls. I'm the only one recording them, making clips for everyone to see so that people can know what's really going on. I'm literally the only person on the internet doing this. So There's your testimonials. You can ask people in the chat about it. And if you want to support the work I'm doing by helping me get to 100 new channel members today on the stream, that would be fucking rad. If you want to join yourself, that would be awesome. You can join on YouTube. You can join on Substack. You can join on whatever platform you want. I prefer Substack, to be honest, but if you want to join on YouTube, you can totally join here. It really just, it doesn't really matter to me. Do whatever you want to do, whatever is easiest for you. And I really appreciate it. So, but do you guys know what's really important today? Do you guys know what's really important? Do you guys know what's really important? Does anyone want to take a guess at what is actually really important today? Anyone in the chat want to take a guess? I know there's a delay when I say something and when you actually hear it, so I'm just waiting for a moment. Does anyone want to take a guess about what's really important today? Yeah. 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 What's really important today? What's really important today is my weight. My weight is really important today. You know, I was going to wait until my birthday to post a picture like this. I was going to wait until my birthday to post a picture like this because I was like, I'm going to get thinner by my birthday. It's a couple weeks away, so I'm going to get thinner. And I was like, I'm going to wait and post a picture like this on my birthday. But then I woke up this morning and some asshole on Twitter had photoshopped me and with a bare like midriff or whatever. And they photoshopped stretch marks onto my stomach. And I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And this is after weeks and weeks and weeks of people saying on Twitter that the only reason I'm wearing hoodies is to hide that I have saggy skin on my stomach, as if it isn't cold in New Hampshire. And so, you know what? I woke up today and I was like, we're just going to fucking settle this for once and for all. And when I went to the gym, the first thing I did was drop my bag in the locker room and walk right out to the giant mirror and take off my shirt and take this picture because I'm sick of this shit. And by the way, I'm only going to get thinner, so cry harder. Thank you, Moon Goddess, for the super chat. Just showing my support with all the risks you take and all your hard work and all the tarded BS you tolerate. The struggle is real. It is. You can yell at me. I got thick skin being here and part of the community. We love you, Moon Goddess. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the nice super chat. I don't have abs yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Well, I need to start weight training again is the thing. And I know it. Like what I've done with this is like basically I just cut out carbs and sugar and made sure I was getting like a step goal. And I have like a fuck ton of protein, like the protein shake I'm gonna drink on this stream right here. But the next step is weight training. The next step is weight training. And I'm really not looking forward to getting back into weight training. I'm really good at it when I get into it. I'm actually extremely like athletic when I get it. I'm very good at weight training when I get into it. But man, I'm not looking forward to my body aching all the time. I'm just really not looking forward to it. So I'm dawdling. I'm procrastinating. But that is the next step. I got to tighten everything up now. I got to tighten up the arms. Got to tighten up the belly. My ass still looks great though. I've got a great ass. I have the type of ass that women get surgery to like get those fucking stupid implants to get my ass. Like that's just fine. That can stay like it is. But anyway, I bring this up because I'm just getting really sick of this shit. I'm getting really sick of people. Like, the thing of it is, why does anyone even care about my weight? Honestly, I cover socialism on the internet. The only reason I'm losing weight is to be able to go undercover to make myself look unrecognizably skinny. That was like the only reason I started doing this. After years and years and years and years and years of being harassed constantly for my weight. And you know what? The thing of it is like the retards of the internet, they all convinced themselves that I was like over 300 pounds. Which was never the case. I mean, I'm very sorry to disappoint. And so they're all like spreading these fucking rumors and making these stupid photoshopped images of me with like saggy skin on my stomach or stretch marks on my stomach. And normally I wouldn't give a fuck, except that it's Aries season. This is Mind Month of Narcissism. And I'm sorry, motherfuckers. I've basically been starving myself for like 4 months now to lose like 50 pounds very, very, very quickly, and I'm still losing, and I'm only going to get thinner, and you assholes are just going to keep crying harder. And all I see on the internet after being harassed for literally years because of my weight is now their Photoshop. They can't stand it that I was able to. Every time I said I can lose weight any fucking time I want, they were so pissed off that I'm doing the thing that I always said I could do. I always said the moment I decide to lose weight, I can lose weight any fucking time I want. I can lose weight very quickly. I know exactly how to fucking do it. Now they're so pissed off that I've lost weight that they're literally photoshopping pictures of me with stretch marks on my stomach that I'm very sorry to disappoint just aren't fucking there. Cry harder, you sad, pathetic retards. Hey, Spartan over on Rumble says 300 pounds of brain catch up to me when my brain is 900 pounds. Okay, Spartan. Thanks for the super chat, bro. Thanks for the super chat. Reagan, I'm never gonna stop rubbing this shit in. I'm never gonna stop. And if you guys could do me a favor, because Ethan Ralph has been one of the people for years that has constantly harassed me about my weight. I'm still waiting for Ethan Ralph to post a picture of himself where we can clearly see his stomach. I'm still waiting for that. So do you guys want to tag Ethan Ralph and tell him to, it's time for him to post the pictures so we can see his fucking stomach? And listen, I would have accepted pictures of Ethan Ralph in a Men's X small hoodie standing to the side. I would have accepted that a few weeks ago. But now that I've actually taken off my shirt and shown what my stomach looks like, I think that Ethan Ralph needs to take off his fucking shirt, show us what he actually looks like, and do it straight on in front of the mirror, just like I have. And he can turn to the side too if he wants to like really show it up. But I think it's time. I think it's time. I think people should tag him and tell him to post his fucking pictures like a fucking man. Thank you, Nick. For the near OnlyFans pick, Misa Cambono. No, I'm not doing I'm not doing that. I'm not. This is not. Then this is close to OnlyFans that you guys are ever going to get. Also, just for fun, I'm debating whether or not I want to do this. Do I want to do what's in my head right now? Do I want to do what's in my head right now? Do I want to do it? 1 in the chat if I want to do the thing that's in my head right now. 2 in the chat if I should probably not do the thing if I'm questioning if I should do it. You guys let me know. 1 in the chat if I should do the thing that's in my head right now. 2 in the chat if I should probably not do it if I'm actually questioning if I should do it. It's Aries season. Yeah, that's a fair point, average person. It is Aries season. It is. All right. You guys really want to have some fun? I would like people only if you know who he is. If you don't know who he is, don't fucking worry about it. Only if you know who he is. If anyone wants to tag Big Tech in the replies or retweet at him or do whatever the fuck you want to do, I don't really care. If anyone wants to tag Big Tech and tell him that next time he wants to make porn of me on his fucking show using AI, perhaps he should use an image of me that remotely resembles reality. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume that he has a fat fetish. Because I just don't know what other explanation there is, to be honest with you. So if anyone wants to do that, I'm not going to do that. And if you don't know who he is, don't worry about it. It doesn't really actually even matter. But if anyone wants to do that, go ahead. Anyway, so you guys told me I should do it. I was questioning whether or not I should do it, and you guys told me I should do it. So I am putting it out into the universe. Do it, don't do it. It is entirely up to you. It doesn't actually matter either way. It's more just entertainment for me. Speaking of entertainment for me, I was hoping to get to this on Saturday, but we didn't get to this. And so what I want to do today is a little bit of homework I want to go back and watch the No Kings speeches from Chicago on Saturday. We were going to do this on Socialism Saturday. Then there was rioting and stuff going on in Portland. So we switched to riot. We switched to like riot coverage. And so now I want to go back and I actually want to listen to the speeches because wouldn't you know it? When we actually listen to the speeches and we listen to what these people are saying, we learn so much more about what they're going to do so that we can be months and months and months and months and months ahead of Fox News. So that's what we're going to do today, guys. We're going to do this for a couple hours. We are going to do this leading up to Spy Stream tonight. And again, if you want to join us for Spy Stream, you can join us by becoming a member on the Substack, becoming a channel member. Whichever you want to do is fine. This is when we're going to go inside live leftist training. But I do want to go back and watch the speeches because, this is going to be part of our May Day intelligence gathering. And again, I just want to say, for people who don't know, we are beginning to bring together the intelligence that we gathered on Saturday. There were people in this community in over 31 states. Actually probably over. There were people from this community in at least 31 states on the ground collecting intelligence at the No Kings protests. There were people in this community in 47 different US cities. And so now what's happening is everyone who is on the ground collecting intelligence from the No Kings protest is posting it in the Center for Left-Wing Studies Discord. We're starting to bring that information together to make sense of it. Everyone give massive dubs to Reagan because Reagan was working until like 1 a.m. on a spreadsheet and on trying to bring all this information together. So can everyone just give massive dubs to Reagan because she's done a ton of work already on this. I'm starting to look at the data. I'm also getting stuff I collected from the No Kings protest in Boston together. We're starting to bring all this intelligence together to make a map of which organizations were on the ground all over the country. It's going to be extremely helpful. And I'm going to try to get that released this week. But this type of data analysis, it does take a little bit of time. It's not like a live stream on the internet where I can just make a clip afterwards or something. We're doing actual intelligence analysis. Okay. So that's not something that happens overnight. We're trying to get all this information from a bunch of different people. If you were one of the people on the ground, please make sure you follow the instructions in the email I sent you. Join the Center for Left-Wing Studies Discord. Post the information in the right area in the Discord. We will get your information, and we'll put it together as part of the big group. I would really appreciate that. I will be sending a reminder to people probably tonight, just basically saying that. So let's start getting all our information in, and that way we can get the data analysis out there, and we're going to be able to create a map of leftist activism all over the country, not everywhere, but in a lot of places. That's going to be extremely helpful moving forward so that we can see which organizations specifically are active on the ground. So if you are part of the contingent that did this type of volunteering, make sure you follow the instructions in the last email I sent you. Get into the Discord, post your information, help us bring this information together. We really, really, really do appreciate it. And we're going to have, I'm really looking forward to you guys seeing what we're going to create out of this. And it's only going to get better because guess what? We're going to do exactly the same thing for May Day. And it's my goal for May Day, which again, May 1st, 2026. It is my goal for May Day that we have representatives in all 50 states at a May Day protest. We got 31 states on our first ever attempt doing something like this. I've never tried to organize mass volunteers for this type of thing. We got people in 31 different states on the first attempt. That's fucking awesome. And I want to go even bigger for the May Day protest. I want to have people on the ground infiltrating these protests and collecting information and intelligence in all 50 states. And we'll start doing the organizing for that soon, but we're going to do the May Day analysis first so that people can see what we are actually using and creating from this information. One in the chat, if you want to help me get people on the ground in all 50 states to gather intelligence about what the left is doing in the real world. 2 in the chat if you think that sounds like a big waste of time and you don't want to do it. 1 in the chat if you want to help me get people on the ground in all 50 states to collect data. 2 in the chat if you think that sounds like a big fuck off waste of time and you don't want to do it. We are the only people on the internet doing something like this, guys. There is no conservative organization doing anything like this. There's no fucking media organization doing anything like this. At most, they have a clickbait reporter con artist on the ground in like one city, and all they're doing is trying to get videos to owning the libs. You think this isn't going to be in Alaska? Of course it's going to fucking be in Alaska. It's going to be fucking everywhere. So that's what we're going to do, guys. 50 states, all 50 states, people on the ground. And we're going to collect this information, and we will do what literally no one else on the internet is doing. Through sheer willpower. Chitalago, thank you so much for the channel membership. W's, bro. Really appreciate it, guys. Can we get some channel memberships? Can we get some? We only have to 8 so far. Can we meet the channel membership goal today? I hope we can. I'll have to keep haranguing you guys until we do. Thanks, Pete, for the super chat. Sorry to not be around. That's okay, Pete. Miss all the infiltration fun, but I had right eyes. Pete, that's don't worry. You don't need to apologize, bro. I hope everything goes well with those surgeries. I know. I've heard how that is. Don't worry about it. We appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat, and just focus on getting better, and you'll come back when you come back, and it's all good. No, Nick Shirley does not collect the info I collect. If you think that Nick Shirley collects the info I collect, you are very, very, very confused. Okay, let's just ask the chat. 1 in the chat, does Nick Shirley collect the information that I collect? 2 in the chat if Nick Shirley does not collect the information I collect. We have to do this with new people all the time because new people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. 1 in the chat if Nick Shirley collects the information I collect. 2 in the chat if Nick Shirley does not collect the information I collect. Sorry, bro. Lots of 2s. Donnie! W's to Donnie. Aloha to you, Donnie. Thank you for all the volunteers. Thank you, Donnie, for the 10 for being a channel member for 10 months. We appreciate you. Okay. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's actually do something productive. Let's watch the what we're gonna watch, guys, is the status quo news coverage from hang on. We're going to watch the status quo news coverage from Chicago from this past weekend. The reason we are watching the status quo news coverage is they're a lefty outlet, and they're probably going to interview leftists. And so we'll be able to hear directly from leftists on the ground. By the way, I have no problem with Nick Shirley. I'm not trying to shit talk Nick Shirley. I actually really like what Nick Shirley does. I very much respect what Nick Shirley does. I personally have no problem with Nick Shirley. Okay, I just want to make that very clear. But Nick Shirley and I do different things. Nick Shirley and I do not collect the same information. It is not the same data. But like, I personally think that Nick Shirley is fucking awesome. We just do 2 different things, and that's okay. We're allowed to do 2 different things. But pretending we're doing the same thing, that's not going to happen. All right, guys, let's dig into this. We are listening to leftist coverage from the No Kings protest in Chicago. We're doing this to understand what they're saying, what's coming next, all that stuff. If you have questions, please do ask them in the chat. And, if you guys want to do spy stream, send in the channel memberships. That's all I can really say. I don't know. I hate begging, but whatever. Class dues, but I also blame you for getting me addicted to collecting leftist memorabilia. I know. It's so addictive and it's so crazy. I have so much leftist memorabilia. We're going to start a museum someday. It really is like true fucking story. It is one of my dreams. I want to start a museum, like documenting all this stuff from the left. Someday, that will be the Center for Left-Wing Studies Museum. We'll see. W's in the chat, Donnie girl. Thank you, Donnie, for the 5 channel memberships. I love you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Mouth the like button if you would be so kind. Let's get this party started.
Safety marshal with the yellow vest. Yellow vest. If you need any help, find anyone with a yellow vest. We also have closed captioning.
Reporting live. All right. Hello, everyone. This is JT Siskowski with Status Coup. I am reporting live on the ground in Chicago, Illinois from the No Kings protest, which is just starting here behind me. I'm going to shut up very quickly to let you listen in, and we'll show you some of the speakers to start, and then I'll start making my way around the crowd to do some interviews with some of the people who are out here. But before I get started, I want to point out that we are doing independent, on-the-ground journalism here, which is done so sparingly now in this country. If you can, the best way you could support this stream that you're watching right now is to like and to share it, because algorithms like YouTube's, like Twitter's, I guess called X now, and all those other social media companies actually do their because all of our interview with a socialist coaching is very expensive. Then documenting the people are homeless. The list many more people who are not on screen right now. They are behind the stage all the way around. I'm a one-man band here today because we're spread out across the country, bringing you the scenes of these No Kings protests right now. Andrew Mercado was live for us up in Minneapolis a shortly ago. So I'm out here alone is what I'm trying to say. So if you...
I want to be really clear. If you didn't actually stop and go to the event and actually look around, if you just drove by it, no offense, I'm not interested in your thoughts on this. I've been getting a lot of messages from right-leaning people saying, Karlyn, I drove by it and it was just small and nothing was happening. Okay. Did you get out of your fucking car and look? Did you actually get out of your car and look? Or did you just drive by and assume there was nothing else happening when in fact there may have actually been other stuff happening? There may have been, so you didn't even go, it was on Facebook. Okay, like this is actually even worse. You think this is actually so you saw one photo on Facebook and you assume that was everything happening. Okay, I'm not interested in that. I'm really not interested. What we did at the No Kings protest, guys, is we went around and tracked every single group that was there. We looked at their shirts, we looked at their documents, we looked at their signs, we looked at their flags. We tracked every group that was organizing on the ground. If you don't get your asses out of the car, you can't. So you sat on your fat fucking ass and looked at a bunch of photos on Facebook. Florida girl, I was nice to you the first couple times. I don't give a fuck. Do you want me to say that louder? I don't give a flying fuck what you saw on Facebook. Makes no difference. If you were not there on the ground, I do not care about your opinion about what happened. And if you don't understand why, then you're not smart enough to be here. We actually collected information and data on what they were saying on the ground. Conservatives doing a drive-by or just looking at a couple of photos that their friend posted on a Facebook page, that's not what we're doing. That's not intelligence gathering. That's retardation and propaganda.
I'm going to have to dance behind the camera and in front of it here a little bit. So once I go behind the camera, I'll pick it up and I'll show you the size of this crowd. But it wraps all the way around and it is easily thousands, if not tens of thousands of people here in Grant Park in downtown Chicago, right along the lakefront. It is a beautiful day. It's supposed to be a high of 48, a balmy 48 degrees for the Midwest. Feels practically like summertime after the last few weeks that we've been living through out here. And I can tell you the spirits are high. The signs are out. I'm going to show and read off many of them for you over the course of this broadcast. But probably that's enough yapping from me. I'm going to go ahead and step here behind the camera. And I've got my microphone here on a little bit of a stick. So on occasion I'll put it here on my lapel, so that way you can still hear me while I use both hands to operate the camera. But hopefully you guys will be able to continue to hear me. I'll be monitoring chat here throughout the live. Take a minute here to get all of my equipment on me because I've got to wear it all myself. It's just me one-man banding it. What my producer Colin was telling me is that you guys are able to hear through the microphone. I can't hear what you're hearing right now, so what I'm being told from my producer is that you guys can hear just fine through the microphone, everything that's coming through the speakers. I'm going to zoom out here a little bit. I'm going to pick the camera up. I'm going to show you the scope of this crowd. Again, this is Chicago, Illinois. And you see there that we can't even see the edge of the crowd. I'm lifting the camera. I don't know.
I just want to note, are there old people there? Yeah, there are old people there. Do you guys also see young people in the crowd? Do you guys see okay, let me ask you in the chat. One, if you look at just this image of the crowd in Chicago and you only see old people. Two, in the chat, if you see a mix of all ages of people. One in the chat, if you look at just this one image from Chicago and you only see old people. Two in the chat, if you look at this image and you see a mix of all ages of people. Every single time conservatives post on social media, it's just all old people. They are telling you to not believe your lying eyes. I was on the ground in Boston where there was a massive it was massive. And there were all ages of people there. I know people who are on the ground in Seattle, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, New York City, Washington, D.C. And they all say the same fucking thing. Might there have been a few No Kings events in some small towns where there's really just not a lot of people there that had a couple old people on a street corner? Yeah, there were those events. But to take those events and say, this is representative of what happened nationally is just intellectually dishonest at best. Well, then you are probably not smart enough to be here. And actually, this is the second retard thing you've said in my chat. So you're going to get one more retard comment before we put you in a timeout and then we permanently ban you because you're obviously new here. You're obviously finding a young person is like finding Waldo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right there. 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 Right. I could keep going on and on and on and on and on, bro. I could keep going on and on and on. So either you're too stupid to be here, or maybe, you know what? Listen. Let me play an instructional video. Please follow this instructional video. Pay close attention.
You take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best thing you can do.
So that's going to be your best advice moving forward, because if you make one more retard comment in my chat, you're going to get put in a timeout. So we forcibly shut you the fuck up. And if you continue making retard comments after that, we're just going to deport you because we're going to assume you're not smart enough to be here, okay?
4 or 5 feet above my head right now, and I don't think you can see the edge of the crowd. I'm trying to see through the viewfinder of the camera, and I don't see the edge of it anywhere out here. I'm going to put you down. I'll show you some of the signs as we wait for some of the speakers to get started. What I'm seeing here is a sign that says power of the people. It keeps dancing back and forth between two signs. America will rise.
That's a Soros sign right there, guys. That is a professionally made Soros sign.
Which is a U2 lyric. Back side of this sign here. America will rise against the people of their lives. Liberty, you in danger, girl.
I can hear you. We're back Chicago.
And of course, healthcare, not warfare.
Let's give it up for our DJ. We want to take a moment to give it up for the organization that has spent thousands of volunteer hours. And I'm talking about thousands. You don't see them. They're behind the scenes. But they made this event happen today. So give it up for Indivisible Chicago. And despite an administration trying to divide us, it's clear today that we're united. We're united on our commitment to protect our communities from attacks from this administration. We're here to say no to wars. No to what? No to what? We're here to say no to ICE terrorizing our communities and get the hell out of our airport.
Well, no, I mean, you're saying they're more overt with their messaging. No, it's always been like this. It's always been. It's been the left has been calling for more violence for probably a better part of a year. We started seeing this show up at leftist events over a year ago where they were calling. Actually, you know what it was? I think it was like right after the first No Kings protest, we started seeing calls for an explicit rejection of nonviolence. And so, no, the left has been using the messaging that you're hearing now with like explicit calls for a rejection of nonviolence. They've been doing this for over a year. It's just that no one fucking reports on it. And if you don't listen to it directly, you don't know about it.
Repeat after me. I saw. I saw. I saw. I saw my city. I saw my city. I was at my airport.
That's retarded. That's not real.
That's right.
Sorry.
We are here to demand access to healthcare for all. We are here to demand a stop to the attacks against trans and queer communities.
Oh, yeah?
We are here to lift up our voices in protest. And we're going to do this with a commitment to nonviolent protest and de-escalation. We can't win this without the amazing organizations who are on the ground fighting these fights. Right now, we want to thank and recognize the organizations who contributed resources to help make this rally and protest happen today.
Oh, good, a list.
The ACLU of Illinois. Yeah, give it up. The Chicago Federation of Labor.
Union.
Planned Parenthood Illinois.
Oh, yeah?
The National Indivisible Project.
No. Again. You seem to not be listening. Do you want me to show you probably 4 or 5 dozen clips at least of the last year where they've been doing it overtly? Okay, let me just ask the chat because I don't fucking recognize you. Let me look at your channel history. Oh, you're a noob. You just got here. Okay. We like new people on the channel. Welcome to the channel. We are about to give you a fucking reality check because you're new to this. Okay. For people who have been watching my content longer than, I don't know, like a week or so, one in the chat if the left has been overt about explicit calls to reject nonviolent organizing for at least a year. 2 in the chat if the left has just started talking about a rejection of nonviolence. 1 in the chat if the left has been overt about calls to action to reject nonviolence for at least a year. 2 in the chat if this is just new information. You're not hearing it from me, bro. You're hearing it from people who've watched it with me for like, a lot longer than you have. So, well, I appreciate it when new people come on the channel. We love new people here. We have resources to get you started, to give you a deep dive into what they're doing and all that stuff. But when we tell you that something has been happening for a long time that you didn't know about because you weren't listening, we expect you to listen to that information and not to argue with it because we have primary source evidence for every single thing that we say. There's not a single thing I express on one of these streams that is my opinion. This is never my opinion. I have them on video saying it. I have their documents. I have their zines. I have them saying it probably many times. And the reason that new people don't know about this is your conservative con artist right-leaning media refuses to fucking cover it. So.
There are also some very generous individual donors, dozens of more organizations, over 100, and many of you who contribute to Indivisible Chicago for today. We also have some reminders. Don't forget to drink water. Stay hydrated. We have ASL interpretation on stage and also at the ADA section.
Yes, stay hydrated. That includes you too, Spider-Man. I see you. All right. And don't forget about our closed captioning. Please make sure you follow the direction of our volunteer safety marshals. You'll see them in that yellow right there. And they're here to ensure that we're all safe and that we're all secure. All right. So we have amazing, talented artists in Chicago.
No song. Don't care about song. There are so many musical acts this year. It's crazy. fucking concert. Look at that crowd. Crazy crowd. You know what? Let's go back because he's walking through the crowd. I want to see the signs. I want to see the signs. So that's why we're going back. Okay, let's just watch. We're watching for signs.
What if I raise him right? Will that save his life? Tell me, tell me, tell me.
Apologize.
How will I know it's
All ages of people here, guys. All ages of people.
my son, my baby boy? In this America.
Yo, Chilago. W's, bro. Thank you. Yep. It is. Whatnot is a glorious thing, and I want it on Whatnot. Okay, we got a Rumble rant from Spartan. Thank you, Spartan. In the past, I said Matt Morris is a nice guy. He banned me in his chat for being anti. Matt Morris banned you for being anti-Israel? Fuck Matt Morris. Matt Morris doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So I take it back. He is scum and a supporter of Israel doing child murder. All Trump tards are zombie brains. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Thank you for the Rumble rant. I really appreciate it. I think pretty well, honestly.
My blood is in this soil. Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, just to name a few. I want to know what did they ever do to you?
Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention this because I want to make a video about this at some point. This is like for future kind of like infiltration training. I got a lot of questions from people before the No Kings protest, the ones that were going on the ground. And a lot of them said to me, Karlyn, should we bring signs? Should we make our own signs? And my answer universally was no. But I want to expound on that. Like, so first of all, you see, there are lots of people who have signs. There are even more people who don't. But especially at the larger events, you can just, if the ACLU has a table at their event, they're probably handing out signs. When you go to these bigger protests, if you're like, should I bring a sign to try to blend in? You don't even have to, because there are like organizations like the ACLU or like the larger organizations. If you literally just go to the table they have at the event, they will give you a sign. So, and actually that's one of the best things you can do, because that was one of the first things I did in Boston. I went to the ACLU table, I got a fucking sign, and then I just carried that sign around with me. And like that's one of the ways that you can use to like blend in, because people will say, they're like, oh, that's a great sign you have. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. That's a really, I know, I like this one. And so it's like one of those things you can use just to like become a part of their little community, and it's totally free and you don't have to bring anything with you, and you can just throw it out at the end or keep it, whatever you want. But that is a pro tip for this sort of thing, is like, you don't have to make a sign. You don't have to bring your own sign. Just pick one up there.
I wanna know what did ever do in this
Oh, here we go.
No, what we're watching now is a lefty news outlet. So that's just like a handheld camera. That's not a lapel.
Argue some of his decisions are right up there.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Dr. Green Thumb, I'm about to play you an instructional video. I need you to pay close attention.
You take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best thing you can do.
No retard talking points. You are new. It is in your best interest, if you want to survive here, to stop phrasing things in terms of statement of fact and instead ask questions.
Almost there.
All right, folks, I was just making my way off to the side and trying to find an edge to this crowd where I could find a little bit more of a quiet spot to maybe do some interviews with some people who had come out here while we waited for some of the speeches to get started. But I can't find the edge of the crowd. Looks like I'm finally coming up on what might be an edge up here, but I think we're probably also in a quiet enough spot where I could start asking people for interviews.
Like, it's your first protest. Here you go. Here's a sign.
Pardon me, folks. I'm a reporter. I'm interviewing people about why they wanted to be out and the message they came to deliver today. Would you guys mind if I did an interview with you? Sure. All right.
Are you doing it or what?
I can get both of you if you want.
Do it together. Don't back up too far.
I'm gonna have you guys pivot around so you're looking a little bit more into the sun. Otherwise, your eyes will be in shadow, or your faces will be in shadow.
Someone tried to interview her. Do you mind if I ask who you're with?
Yeah. I'm with. Sorry, I don't have my press badge out. I'm with Status Quo, or online independent progressive outlet. Yep.
I forgot to ask the last person, so I figured it probably.
Yeah. Right. You guys can talk to me, not the camera. It's all right if you glance at it. Just try not to stare it down. If at any point you're always welcome to tell me I don't know, or I don't want to talk about that if needed. Not that I think we'll get into any of that with this kind of questioning, but all right. First question is always the easiest. If I could have you guys just spell your names for me, please.
Sure. Eris Zarnick, ERISZARNICK.
Eric, do you need a last name?
No, not necessarily.
No, okay. ERIC.
All right. Eric and...
excuse me, do these look like old people? Do these look like old people? One in the chat if these look like old people, two in the chat if these do not look like old people. One in the chat if these look like old people, two in the chat if these do not look like old people. They look like burnouts? Well, yet they got their asses out of the house to go do something while you were fucking lazy and sitting on your ass. So I don't even want to hear that they look like burnouts. Not old. Thank you.
Eris.
Eric and Eris. All right, that makes it easy on me. Thank you very much for that. What made you guys want to come out here today and be a part of this, massive crowd out here today?
So my mom actually got fire hosed in the 60s for civil rights protests. So protesting has really been in my blood ever since. Obviously, I'm very much younger than she is, but I protested LGBTQ rights in the early aughts in our hometown. So showing your voice and expressing your qualms about current administrations and the world in general has always been something near and dear to my heart. So.
For me, this is my first time out at a protest, but I think, you know, if
first time ever at a protest, first time ever at a protest. So, so what made you see like now I have to be out here in the street? You got an ornate sign too. We'll talk about it in a second. But like, I mean, what made you want to go all out and actually like take to the streets?
So, you know, I've always felt very strongly about it, but I think I've been very passive in my life about a lot of the things I am passionate about, but I think it's time to make that change in my life. And, you know, nothing's going to change until you do something. So
okay, I want to explain something to people. The No Kings protest, if you understand what a sales funnel is. Okay, let me ask this in the chat. One in the chat if you understand what I mean when I say a sales funnel. Two in the chat if this is a foreign concept to you. One in the chat if you understand what I mean when I say a sales funnel. Two in the chat if the idea of a sales funnel is a foreign concept. I just want to know what type of... Okay. Okay. Most people know. Some people don't. It's okay for people to not know things. If you don't work in sales or I worked in marketing for a long time, you might have no reason to know what a sales funnel is. Okay. Essentially, when a company is trying to sell you a product or service, they have to create what is called a sales funnel. It literally looks like a funnel where they try to get as many people as possible into the funnel, into the sales process. And as the sales process continues, very few of those people will actually make a sale or actually provide revenue to the company. But the more people that you get into the top of the funnel, the more people who are going to trickle down to actually spend money with the company. So part of part of the goal of any organization is to get a lot of people into the top of the funnel, the top of the sales funnel, because the more people they get into the top of the sales funnel who expressed interest in what they're doing, or they're like, oh, this might be something that's for me, the more sales they will ultimately make, the more revenue they will generate. Okay. What the left is doing with the No Kings protest, you have to think of it like a sales funnel. The more people that they get to come to the No Kings protest, getting them in, like this guy never been to a protest before, but he doesn't like what's going on. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to go to a protest. This guy just put himself in the top of a sales funnel. The goal of the No Kings protest is not to have a single day protest. The goal of the No Kings protest is to utilize a mass event to get as many people as possible into the top of the sales funnel. Some of those people will come to the next event. Some of those people will come to the event after. Some of the people that, if they keep coming to events, what they're trying to do is get as many people as possible to come to one event, because a bunch of those people are going to come to the next event. And if they can get that conversion rate high enough, they are creating an ecosystem of little potential activists that are not only coming to events, not only participating in events, but after they get into the ecosystem, they start organizing their own events. They start actually taking control and saying, I can do this in my neighborhood. I can get more of my friends involved and stuff like that. This is why the events keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not just the No Kings protest. They're constantly giving them ways to get involved, whether it's a webinar or a house meeting or a book club or like whatever the fuck. They're giving them lots of opportunities to get involved, because the more involved they get, the more likely these people are to literally show up at every event. And then they become more likely to bring their friends with them. So you keep expanding the number of people who are coming, because you're creating a social ecosystem where people feel like they are part of something larger than themselves. That is part of what the No Kings protest is. It's not about holding a big mass protest on a single day. Conservatives are retards if they think the goal of the No Kings protest was just to hold one protest. Like, that's fucking stupid. The No Kings protest is just but one event. in a long, never-ending series of events that's been happening ever since the Trump administration took office again at the beginning of 2025, and that will continue up to and maybe even past the elections in 2028. They are never going to stop doing these events. These events are perpetual. Because the more of these events they do, the more people like this guy, they get into the top of the funnel, the more events they can get these people to come to over and over and over again, the more engaged they get, the bigger their movement grows. Does everyone understand? This is not about one event. It's never about one event. That one event is just a touchstone in a long, never-ending series of events with engagement and activism as the goal.
And they say every voice matters, but it really does, because it's millions versus a lot versus the few type of thing. But it's an important cause. It's the right thing to do, I think, at the moment.
Okay. You're talking about change. What is that change that you want to see in the world right now?
I fall away from worshiping oligarchs is really the major tone that I've got in my heart. Just people that have way more money than they know what to do with, not helping out their fellow man. I want to go back to the glory days of people being taxed appropriately to fund institutions like libraries and schools and museums to better off our culture.
The glory days when government just kind of funded public services.
Yeah, exactly. The glory days. Yeah. When we had things that other countries that are way more progressive and modern have today. So, yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat
that? You were talking about you wanted to see change. It's time for change. What is that change that it is time for?
I think there are, not to be vague, but I think there's a lot of things, and personally, I don't think I'm the one to come up with the ideas. I think some of my things are a little too idealistic, and you have to meet in the middle ground for realism. But people caring about each other. I don't think I'm not really currently religious, but I was raised religious, and I still think that caring about your neighbor, you don't have to be religious to care about other people.
Eric, let me stop you right there. You said, this stuff is too idealistic, and the first thing that you brought up was just people caring about other people. Is that something that you think is just gone from the world at this point?
There is a significant amount of outreach after they enter the top of the funnel. Yes. Is the Discord where we give information different? Yes. Well, okay. The Discord where you give your information is the one that I sent you in the email on Friday night / Saturday morning. It is the Center for Left-Wing Studies Discord. So follow the link in the email that I sent you, and that is where you will give the information.
I don't think entirely. I think there are times, when times are tough, we have to take care of ourselves before we can take care of others. And I don't think, if we can't take care of ourselves, then we can't afford to take care of others, because then that care you're putting out will no longer be in the world, obviously, if you can't sustain yourself. But it starts way up, and with the way systems are, all of those things that are intertwined with capitalism and worshiping money and all.
Karlyn, do they know this is about capitalism? Does the left know this is about capitalism? You keep telling us that this is about capitalism, but does the left know this is about capitalism? Oh, I'm sorry. What was that again?
Then that care you're putting out will no longer be in the world, obviously, if you can't sustain yourself. But it starts way up, and with the way systems are, all of those things that are intertwined with capitalism and worshiping money and all of these things.
Golly gee, it sounds to me like the left knows that it's about capitalism. Did you watch the Infiltrating the Left video and send an email to the email address that I told you to email? Because if you did the things that I told you to do, you definitely should have gotten an email from me. But you may not have done those things. So so let me know if you have done the things that I instructed you to do in the Infiltrating the Left training. Just one more time. Karlyn, I don't think that the left really knows this is about capitalism. I think they think this is about white people. Okay.
It starts way up, and with the way systems are, you know, all of those things that are intertwined with capitalism and worshiping money and all of these things, it's so hard to untangle all of those things at once that it's you know, I don't think we're really going to dig into the real problems until we untangle some of the higher up things, if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking already there about, you're talking about real big picture stuff like the corrupting influence of capitalism, the accumulation of corporate power. I mean, these are things that my outlet covers day in and day out. So certainly things that I'm not a stranger to talking about. But I think for a lot of people, I mean, yourself included, this is going to be their first time out at a protest. How would you like to see the energy of this moment harnessed by your leaders and channeled towards some of that change? Who are the leaders that should be listening to you right now? And what is the message that you want to send to those leaders, the ones who should be enacting this change that you're talking about?
There are a lot more of us than there are of you. And so you should really be careful about what tone you want to set in the world and how that impacts yourself and how much good you could do being a better leader. So
I think the message that we get out, you know, there's always going to be, I think, people saying that, you know, they're paid protesters or there's violent, whatever.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Being the vocal, not be, because it's always the loud ones that, you know, the louder, the angry ones that stick out. And if we can have more and more vocal but peaceful people, it's hard for them to find something to pick at. So I hope that we can get a peaceful message across in a way to our leaders. And you know, career politicians, they want to stay in power, and the only way they can do that is if they please their constituents. So I hope all of the constituents that are voting on things that we as people don't care about particularly are the ones listening to us and taking heed to the people that put them in power.
This protest is happening in the context.
We have a retard on Rumble saying, this guy is only doing this because his girl is doing it. Oh yeah, retard? Then why does he know this is all about capitalism and he's able to repeat far leftist talking points explicitly? Sounds to me like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Shut the fuck up and listen.
Of the war in Iran, another illegal war of choice being fought for oil in the Middle East right now. That's having a real impact here at home, not only in the sense that Americans are, you know, losing their lives overseas in fighting this war, but also in the economic pain that's being inflicted. I mean, I think the easiest example to point to is gas prices, but I don't want to lead you down any roads. I want to know, in your own lived experience, what are some ways that you're feeling the impacts either directly of this war or just more broadly?
I'm going to say this, just as a general note. When I was at the gym on the treadmill today, I was watching Whatnot, obviously. And on one of the shows on Whatnot that I watch, where on Mondays they do these crazy sales where you can get a bunch of skincare products for like $1. So I was watching it to see what skincare products I wanted. And on the show that I was watching, even though they're selling stuff for basically as cheap as you can possibly sell it, there were people saying, I can't afford this stuff because of gas prices. I can't afford this stuff because everything is too expensive. And even the hosts of the show were like, yeah, I know prices are crazy. So even on Whatnot, the capitalism app, on a show where they're selling shit for $1, people are like, shit's getting too expensive, man. Hey, WDs for the gifted channel membership. I really appreciate that. So guys, can we have a conversation? We have a 100 channel membership goal, and we're only 15 channel members there. Now, listen, guys, I fund what I do based on super chats and channel memberships and subscriptions on Substack and a couple other things like merchandise sales and book sales and stuff like that. If you appreciate the work I'm doing, watching this stuff, breaking it down, answering your questions, showing you what's really going on, one of the very best things you can do is send a channel membership, because channel memberships will get more people access to Spy Stream when we go live for Spy Stream in 1 hour. Can we make some progress towards our channel membership goal? Otherwise, I'm going to assume that people don't really find this valuable, and maybe I'll just go do something else with my time. You guys let me know. I would like to make some progress towards the channel membership goal. I would like to bring in 100 more channel members by Spy Stream tonight. Spy Stream is when we go inside a live leftist training and we watch it live. Tonight, we are going to be watching a real socialist group talk about their May Day plans for May 1st, 2026. And if you are a channel member, you can come to Spy Stream with me. If you are not a channel member or a Substack supporter or a supporter on another platform, you cannot come to Spy Stream. So it is a supporter exclusive stream. I would love to gift some memberships out to bring more people into Spy Stream. You guys let me know how much you value my work. I would really appreciate it, though.
The state of the economy right now, where are the pain points for the two of you?
So I am a public servant in the sense that I am a librarian. I see day in, day out.
Did she just say she's a librarian? Of course she did. Thank you, 7 Lilies, for the gifted channel memberships. Appreciate it. Everyone give him W's in the chat. Doesn't fucking matter, bro. Doesn't fucking matter.
In the sense that I am a librarian. I see day in, day out people, different walks of life, individuals, and it comes down to funding those institutions for the general public. That's really a big sticking point. But when it comes to the war in Iran, it's during our lifetime we've had so many wars, so many secretive wars, or even out in the open wars, and it's not doing anything but proving that we do need to actually focus on renewable energy and things like that cannot be taken away from us via somebody in office who's angry at somebody else in a different office. So, yeah.
So I think I personally am in a very fortunate situation that I have not felt the
Hey, Jack over on Rumble, you're saying way too much retard shit for me. So honestly, what I'm going to do, bro, is I'm going to give you a warning by putting you in a 5-minute timeout. If you keep saying retard shit when you come back, I'm going to silence you for the rest of the stream. And again, remember, if you are new here, please refer to this instructional video.
You take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best thing you can do.
Thank you.
The pain personally of a lot of the economic effects, but I think they are coming to everyone around us. I know I live in an area where there's a lot of farmers, and the soy farmers are hurting all across the country. They're going to lose their farms, and then that's a lot of our food. And then, I mean, if you want to say you're putting America first, you're taking away our own sustainability by not being able to support the farms. And it's just such a backwards way to approach things like that. And I guess I just fear for all of the other people that will lose their ways of life and all of the things that are good in their lives because of it.
You're talking about being from a rural area and being surrounded by soy fields. I'm looking around here, Grant Park, downtown Chicago. I'm not seeing a lot of soy fields. So what made you, and I don't know if you're from the same area as him, but what made you two want to come to Chicago to be a part of the protests here?
So yeah, we grew up in Roscoe, Rockton, Illinois, 15 miles south of the Wisconsin border, middle of nowhere, nothing but cornfields. And I wanted to bring my friend because I was like, hey, I do this all the time with my mother-in-law. I'd appreciate it, if you're interested, you're more than welcome to come anytime. And he was down for it, which is saying something because we both have very bad social anxiety. So, but it's a cause to rally behind, and we feel like at this point, if we don't say something, then are we really here? Are we really a part of this? So, yeah.
I think what's the saying? It's silence is complacency. It's if you're not willing to, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall. Or if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. It's exercise.
Yeah, guys, he definitely doesn't know. He just wants to fuck her. He doesn't know any leftist talking points. It's not like he's repeating like explicit leftist talking points that have been around forever. Silence is fucking violence. Yeah, I'm sure he just followed a girl. Yeah, okay.
Exercising the rights while you still have them. You know, I hate to use a bunch of cliches, but I think they are a little more succinct than my own way to put into words, and I value that some way. And we do both have social anxiety, but it helps being around like-minded people or people who believe in the same cause. And because you wouldn't have last time 250,000 people here if they weren't all here for the same thing, so there's a lot less to worry.
Did you know we're watching Soylent Green tonight in the supporter Discord? So another benefit of channel memberships, if you are a new channel member, is we do movie nights every Sunday night and Monday night. On Mondays, MacB hosts movie nights at 9 o'clock. Probably tonight's going to start around 9:30 because we got to do Spy Stream first. So probably tonight's movie night is going to get delayed a little bit, which I know MacB will do because he's awesome. But we are watching Soylent Green tonight in the Discord. So if you just got a gifted channel membership, check the post tab on YouTube. I posted the Discord link yesterday. I will post it again a little bit later. But come to movie night. Like, if you've never seen Soylent Green, man, Soylent Green is a classic. Everyone needs to watch it. And if you're supporting on Substack, you can find the link over there as well. You get all the same benefits as supporting on Substack. But I appreciate you supporting over there as well. Substack is actually my preference, but the YouTube channel memberships are just super easy. So I have embraced the YouTube channel memberships.
About I'm just not big in big cities, I guess. So
I'm gonna jump into frame here for just 1 second. I apologize. I just want to warn all fascists and would-be authoritarians out there. The socially anxious are now feeling compelled to take to the streets. So be careful. You have inspired a whole new cadre of activists to take to the streets here and call for change in the U.S. Apologies for that. You guys can take back your original positions. I just have one last question. I want to give you the chance to show off that sign since it's got so much sparkle and shine to it there, Eric. So if you just want to read off the sign, describe why you wanted to make it so ostentatious and, why you felt you needed to bring a sign to your first ever protest. Or actually, he's looking towards you. Is it your sign? I'm curious. Okay, all right. Somebody explain the sign to me.
So I very much...
If you would, just lift it up a little bit.
Lift it up a little bit so you can see it.
There's no kings, if you could read it off.
No kings, no masters. It was a little bit too small of a sign to put no gods in there as well. But it's along the sense of we are our own masters of our own destiny. We don't bow to any kings. We don't bow to any...
Hey guys, does anyone want to explain to the obvious new person what the Surviving Karlyn Borysenko Substack is? Does anyone want to explain this? I know people know this in the chat, but I'm just gonna, maybe many of you don't know what this is, but if you know what this is, I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to allow the chat to explain what you're talking about, and then I'm going to question if I should permanently ban you from the channel, because it kind of seems to me like you might just be an asshole trying to cause problems. Oh, a dumb stalker made it. Oh, a dumb stalker made it. Oh, you're in my chat claiming to be a supporter, and you are talking about stuff that a complete obsessed psycho made? So please explain to me. Please explain to me. Why should I not permanently ban you from my channel right now? Because we're watching protest coverage. We're actually being productive here. And yet you are here. Well, maybe you should have just gone to the link that I gave you, which is Karlyn, KARLYN.substack.com. And I have a strong feeling it doesn't pop up before my actual Substack and that you're making shit up. So now I would like you to explain to me why I shouldn't permanently ban you from my channel for not paying attention to the protest coverage, because we're doing protest coverage right now. Also, apparently you're not smart enough to look in the description of the video and just click the fucking top link, bro. I mean, really, we do have an IQ requirement here. So in the middle of us doing protest coverage, you are inserting yourself in my chat to talk about the ramblings of an obsessed 500-pound shut-in that's been stalking me for 6 years. I would like you to explain to me right now why I shouldn't permanently ban you from my channel. Go. No. Now you're going to answer my question. Why should I not permanently ban you from my channel for not paying attention to the coverage that we're doing and instead inserting information posted by someone who's been stalking me for years? A supporter on Substack but doesn't know anything. Doesn't ring true to me. Yep, I agree. Oh, it is absolutely not the first thing that shows up and that person's lying. You have 30 seconds to answer me, bro, about why I should not permanently ban you from my channel. Go. We're waiting. Why should I not permanently ban you from my channel? Go. 15 seconds. Ban me? Okay. Bye. Troll. Troll. Every time. Hey, little miss, thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, family. Here's some love and appreciation for your work, regardless of people actually needing to actually read. Julietta and Jenny say hi. Appreciate you guys. Hi, Julietta and Jenny. Thank you so much for your constant ongoing support. We really appreciate you.
Lords, we don't bow to anyone. And just like the French used the guillotine, we very much need to use our teeth to fight back for our democracy while it still stands, if it still stands. So,
Thank you both very much. I won't press you for anything more. You were fantastic. But is there anything else you would want to say while you had the platform?
Not that I can think of.
Fuck ICE, kill all oligarchs, and kill all pedophiles.
Thank you both very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
So I want to point out here, take just a moment, and maybe if I can get myself on camera here. I'm not sure. I'm trying to juggle two things. I'm wearing the live backpack on the side. No, I've got the camera all crooked. Let's fix that. It's better, at least. I mean, you're hearing people protesting, like saying, "Fuck ICE, kill oligarchs." And I forget if it was kill pedophiles as well, but like that's the point that people feel like they are at in this country right now. Are those the perspectives that you're hearing on the evening news tonight? Are you going to hear anybody say, fuck oligarchs or kill all oligarchs or fuck pedophiles or kill pedophiles on your evening news tonight? That's what the people down here are actually feeling. We know it because we just interviewed them. We just heard from them. But is that the version of this protest that you're going to hear about? Is that indignant rage against a bipartisan, corrupt machine in this country that is stripping away rights to the point where these people that we just talked to, Erica, that they were feeling that even just asking for like basic human decency is some sort of utopian dream that will never be achieved in their lifetimes. That's how conditioned people have become.
By basic human decency, they mean abolishing ICE and abolishing borders.
Underneath this capitalistic, you heard that identified as a root cause, this
capitalism,
forever lust for profit over everything, over humanity. That's what the war in Iran is largely about right now, in a war for oil and more corporate-friendly regime change in Iran. Is this the message that you're going to hear on the evening news tonight? Something tells me no, because ExxonMobil and the other corporate sponsors.
By the way, as an aside, so when I was in Boston waiting for the No King stuff to start, I walked over to Copley, which is it's like a bougie area of Boston. It's in the Back Bay, but there's a lot, like oftentimes if you just walk from like the Boston Common over to Copley, you'll see more organizing and stuff like that. So I was like, what's going on over there? Copley's like where the John Hancock building is. It's where the Prudential Center is. There's a big park. There's a big church where people do organizing at. I was like, I wonder what's going on over there. So I walk over to Copley, and there was a lot of organizing there. But one of the things that was happening, there were dozens of Jews holding an Israeli flag surrounded by Iranian flags that they were like waving, but they had a big fuck off Israeli flag in the middle of it. And they were obviously Jewish. These were not Muslim, these were Jews. And there was a whole bunch of fucking Jews on the steps of the Boston Public Library chanting, "Regime change Iran! Free Iran! Regime change Iran! Free Iran!" And now, obviously, like, we love Jews on this channel, like Bagels in the chat. Jews are fucking awesome. No anti-Semitism allowed. I just thought it was really funny that I literally ran into like dozens of Jews that were like chanting for Iranian regime change while waving the flag, holding up. I have video of all of this, by the way, holding up video, like pictures of the crown prince demanding that Iran be liberated from the regime. And they were all clearly Jewish. And there was a giant fuck off Israeli flag in the middle of it. Just wanted to throw that out there so you guys know that happened.
Of those newscasts are not going to appreciate those messages very much. So instead, what you're going to see is probably just some shots of, oh look, the crowds were big, and you know, it's just F Trump this and that's it. Rather than going out down here on the ground and lifting up the voices of the thousands, if not tens of thousands, of, in this case, Chicagoans, but you know, people across this country who are taking the streets today in a national day of action, calling for no kings. Again, something that was foundational to the American project from the inception at the beginning of the American Revolution, that you wouldn't necessarily think would need to still be an issue today, you know, nearly 250 years after our founding, but yet it is still an ongoing struggle. But this time, the king is not 3,000 miles away over an ocean. The king is domestic. The king is domestic, and it's an entire economic and political movement built around serving that authoritarian regime. I'm hearing that some of the speeches are getting going now, so I'm a little divided between trying to get more interviews or trying to listen in on some of the some more of the speeches. I'm guessing that some more of keynote speakers will be coming later, so I'm likely going to just try and find some more interviews for us to get here.
Yeah, we'll get interviews.
Pardon me, folks. I'm a reporter. Would you mind if I interviewed you about what you wanted to be out here today and the message you came to deliver?
I do not feel comfortable with that.
That's fine. I can't make you.
They don't wait. They go straight for you and grassroots organizations that stand up for our freedom. Because organized working people scare them. Because the union is proof, real living, that when ordinary people stand together, they are stronger than any one man in the that thinks
Pardon me, sir. Pardon me, I'm a reporter. I'm out here interviewing people about the message that they came to deliver today.
Who do you work for?
Status Quo, online independent progressive outlet.
Yeah, thanks anyway.
Okay.
I happen to not be working that day.
What do we do? We do what the rules of the law is.
Finally got it.
We speak. We
I love it.
Saying that I'm over but I have
Find some interviews, bro. Do it. We believe in you.
Pardon me, folks. I'm a reporter. I'm out here interviewing people about why they wanted to be out here today and the message they came to deliver. Would you mind if I interviewed you?
I think we've done that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are your names?
I'm Charlotte.
Charla and Tom? My name's JT. Sorry, did you say it was Tom or no? Did I get that right?
Tommy.
Tommy. Got it. All right.
Tommy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. One, if these look like old people. Two in the chat, if these do not look like old people. I understand he's there with his mom. Mom looks middle-aged to me. Middle age is not senior citizen. One in the chat, bringing her son. One in the chat if these people both look old. Two in the chat if they're not old. Okay, got it. Thank you.
What's the relation or mom and son? Okay.
Mother and.
All right, I'm gonna have you guys squeeze together here. So I don't have a lot of room to work with, so it's a really tight image here, tight screen. You can talk to me, not the camera. Sorry to glance at it, just trying to stare it down. All right. So if I could just have you both start by, again, just telling me your names and spelling them for me, please.
I'm Sharla, Sharla.
Tommy, Tommy. And I heard, and you were just telling me off camera there that you were mother and son. So what inspired you both to want to be down here today among this crowd of thousands of other Chicago?
That sign, that orange sign, hang on.
To be down here today among.
That's the RevComs, guys. That resist fascism is the RevComs. I saw the RevComs in Boston as well. The RevComs are like a weird culty group on the left. They're not really relevant, but they show up at a lot of these protests. There's usually like they're crazy. They're like little communist like cultists that around like one person. He's kind of like the Trump of like this particular movement. It's like a cult of personality sort of thing. Anyway, anytime you see signs like that, resist fascism, that is the RevComs. They're not terribly relevant in terms of like the overall leftist activism picture, but like they show up at this stuff and they're always bringing signs and they have crazy things that they put up at protests and stuff like that. So they're always kind of around and you need to be aware of them. But do they actually drive leftist activism? No, not really.
This crowd of thousands of other Chicagoans.
Well, I'm teaching him what democracy looks like.
So this is all a teaching exercise? This is all a parenting exercise?
Well, it's both. This is about taking our right to speech and telling the world what we believe. And in the best city in the world, Chicago is where we can speak the loudest. So brought him down here. This is his spring break. Great opportunity.
Tommy, how do you feel to be spending your spring break at a protest?
This is pretty good. I mean, it's the end of my spring break, but it's a good way to end it. I had a good week, and yeah, it's just a good way to end it. Glad to be here.
So what's the message that you two came to deliver? And really what I'm kind of inviting you to do is read out your signs to me. These look like, these are clearly homemade. Yeah, if you would lift them up for me, it's like kind of right in front of your faces on the one.
Guys, these are some professionally printed Soros signs. And these are obviously paid protesters. I mean, this kid gave up the last day of his spring break to come to protest. Obviously, he is a paid Soros plant with paid Soros signs.
We've got no kings, and I'll ask you to explain that there in just a second there, Tommy, what we're seeing. And then we've got no crown for the clown there that Charlotte is holding. Thank you both very much. So if you just want to describe what's happening on your signs here and the messages that you're delivering here today.
Well, last No Kings protest, he posted an AI video of him flying a plane over the protesters and dropping poop on them. So I'm just trying to repay the favor.
And it's a picture there of a jet dropping, looks like turds onto a cartoon version of Donald Trump. We'll let the audience be able to see it there in its full glory. Thank you very much. And wonderful perspective and artistic rendering there, Tommy. I appreciate it. And Charlotte?
Well, it's
I'm gonna ask you this. Why do you guys constantly make excuses? He's just doing what mom wants him to do. He's just doing what the girl wants him to do. Why do you guys constantly make excuses to dismiss why people are going to these events? Is it not possible that mom, who is obviously a progressive, has raised son to also be a progressive, and that mom and son have a shared set of values? Because she has raised him with progressive values. They have a shared view of the world. They have shared values in terms of what they want to see happen and what they're going to do about it. They believe what they say they believe. And then conservatives are like, they're not really, they're just doing this. He's just doing this because mom wants him to. Okay, bullshit. You guys do this with like literally every single person. You make an excuse about why they're doing what they're doing because you don't want to engage with the fact that they have different values than you do. They have different values and they believe what they do just as strongly as you believe what you do. So it doesn't fucking matter if mom indoctrinated him. It doesn't fucking matter. He believes what he believes and he is acting in accordance with his values. These are real beliefs that he holds, and he is going to behave in a way that is predictable based on those beliefs. And every time you losers dismiss this by saying, he's just doing this because mom told him to, you are dismissing the fact that he has different values than you do. They are strongly held values, and he understands what they are, and he is going to act in accordance with his beliefs. Stop dismissing these people. Every time you dismiss them or make excuses, they win and you lose.
Clown. He doesn't get a crown. We don't have kings in this country.
Don't have kings in this country. Is this your first protest? Have you been out at others?
This is my second No Kings protest. This is probably my fifth protest in my life.
It's my first protest I've ever been to.
First protest ever for him, fifth for you. What made you feel compelled that you said, like, now is the time I need to be taking to the streets? You're referencing that you were out at one No Kings. I'm going to assume it was last October is the last one you were at, which was also absolutely massive down here. What is making you feel like in this moment you have to be in the streets?
Well, I want to ask another question, okay? Because this is another reality that conservatives don't want to deal with. One in the chat, if you went to the No Kings protests on Saturday and it was a fun environment to be in. Two in the chat, if you went to the No Kings protest on Saturday and it was just like a miserable environment and you don't understand why people go. And if you didn't go to the No Kings protest on Saturday, I am not interested in your opinion. Just shut the fuck up and listen. One in the chat, if you went to the No Kings protest on Saturday and it was a fun environment to be in. Two in the chat, if you went to the No Kings protest on Saturday and it was stupid and boring and miserable and you hated it. Looks to me like everyone who went to the No Kings protest on Saturday, even if you don't agree with a single thing these people say, can acknowledge going to a protest is a fun environment. Going to a rally is a fun environment. It feels good to be in that environment. You feel like you're part of something bigger. There's so many people there. Everyone's in a good mood. Everyone's having a good time. It is a fun environment to go to. This kid is going to his first protest ever. He's probably having a great time. It's like a fucking rock concert. They even had music on the stage. When in Boston, the Dropkick Murphys played, it was like a rock concert, like a fucking festival. Do you think he's going to go back again? I do. What is the right doing that is a fun thing for kids to go to? What is the right doing that is a Trump doesn't do rallies anymore, guys. You can't even say Trump rally anymore. What is the right doing that is a mass fun environment for people to go to so they can have their first experience with what it means to be on the right rather than on the left? Because the left is providing them ample opportunities to go to these events, to have fun and to feel good and to fight for something that they believe in, while the right is literally doing nothing.
First, I want to say the war, but what I really want to say is the Epstein files. And we just can't drop that. The war is a big distraction. Everything he does is a distraction from the Epstein files. We've got to end the corruption. We've got to open the files. This is what we've got to do.
Tommy, are these issues like the idea of like the Epstein files and all that breaking through to, you know, other like people your age, in your age bracket? Like, is this the things that are relevant to your life right now? Really, what I'm saying is, like, when I was in high school, you would not have caught me dead at a protest, especially on my spring break. So the fact that you are out here makes me want to say, like, are you a canary in a coal mine? Are you an example of like how, you know, more people your age are feeling right now that they feel like they have to be in the streets, or is this kind of or are you an exception?
I would say I'm kind of like most people now. I feel like a few years ago, not a lot of people would have been like talking about politics my age or anything. But now, like at school, like it's what is on everybody's mind. Everybody's talking about it.
Everybody in high school is talking about the Epstein files.
Not the Epstein files exactly, but just like all the problems that are going on and how they just don't support what's happening.
Hey, thank you, Johnny, for the 5 channel memberships. W's in the chat to Johnny for gifting out 5 channel memberships. Thank you, guys. I'm getting a little nervous that we might not hit today's goal. I'm getting a little nervous because we have about half an hour left before I end this stream. And if we don't hit this goal, I'm going to carry it over to tomorrow's stream. So can I just do a quick pause? If every single person in the chat right now on YouTube sent in 1 gifted channel membership, which is $5, we would smash this goal. If half the people in the chat sent in a gifted channel membership right now, which is $5, we would hit this goal. So do you appreciate what I'm doing? Do you want to engage more people in it? Do you want me to keep doing it? Because I'm just gonna do you guys want me to keep going? Should we just end the stream and do spy stream later? Should we just do that? Chitalago W's with a gifted channel membership. Thank you. There we go. Should I just end the stream and go take a half-hour break before spy stream? Is that what you guys want? I mean, I can just watch this on my own. I don't have to watch it with you guys, so let's see. I'm going to end the stream in 2 minutes if we don't see some progress, and I'm just going to go do something else for half an hour. That's okay, chicken. There are other people that can do it. If people don't appreciate my work, guys, I really don't have to do it. I don't have to make this free and publicly available for everyone. So 2 minutes to see some progress, or I'm ending the stream. I'm trying to paint my nails here. Like, I'm trying to paint my nails while watching protest coverage and breaking it down. I can paint my nails, like, with far more concentration if I'm not streaming at the same time. One minute. Yo. W's, respectfully old. I appreciate it. Thank you for the you can't give chat. Okay, I'll count that. I'll count that as 4. I'll count the super chat as 4. So we got 5 more. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else want me to keep going? Tolkien fan, W's with a gifted channel membership. Yo, we got Steven with 5. W, Steve. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate that. Can we get up to our halfway point? Can we get another 12? Can we do that? Can we get to the halfway point? I could really use a half-hour break. Honestly, before the next spy stream, I haven't even eaten today. I can go make some keto food. Can we get up to the halfway point, please? If we can't, I'm just gonna end the stream. Because again, guys, what you're telling me is you don't value my time and you don't value my energy. I know you guys are paying more than $5 for a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or wherever you go. I know you're doing that. So thank you for becoming a channel member. I really do appreciate it. I know. I need some fucking chicken. I have chicken ready to go. I'm gonna make chicken with mozzarella. I'm gonna make mozzarella sticks and chicken. Yo, here we go. Here we go. The big dicks in the chat. The big swing dicks in the chat. Yo, old sub in with Ted. We appreciate that, old sub. Awesome. We've got Hans with 20. Holy shit, Hans. I was not expecting that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got Mason here. Okay, 1 channel membership. I'll count that. We got Red Menace Guru with a channel membership. W. We got Pen. Okay, I'll count that as 4. Thank you. So that's 5 additional ones I need to add. I'm doing math in my head right now. We got Donnie Girl with 5. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks. You guys rock. I'm gonna continue. Okay. Thank you.
Charlotte, it's interesting that you say, you see the Epstein files you see the war in Iran as a
Just takes a little pressure. Just takes a little pressure and guilt. Yo,
as a distraction from.
Yo, Grillis in with the $50 super sticker, bro. You are the best. You are the greatest. You are a legend. I really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Just takes a little. See, I was raised in a Catholic family. I know how to do Catholic guilt. I know how to do it. I'm not a Catholic, but I was raised in a Catholic family. All right.
The Epstein files and really everything as a distraction from that issue. This is a distraction that has real consequences. I mean, Americans are dying, but then more immediate, I don't know if you have anybody who's serving right now in your family, but at least if you don't, I would expect that more immediacy would be of like economic concerns. Price of gas is the obvious one. But are there other ways that you're feeling, the state of this economy right now? And if so, what are they?
Oh, first of all, let me say I come from a military family, so I absolutely respect and honor our service people. I hate it that we're sending service people over there to be injured and to die to fight this war. So I want to be really clear that I have a deep respect for the military.
Look, we're up to 16. Well, no, that's not right.
Gas, groceries, everything. That's where we're seeing it. Yeah, and again, I just want to go back to we have to believe women. We have to believe the survivors. We have to believe the victims, and all of it. Trump just doesn't hear what the people want, and we are the people.
Women, guys.
So we got to get out here and say what we want and what we believe in, and fight for our democracy.
I'll let you get back to your mother-son bonding out here, but before I do, is there anything else you would want to add while you had the platform?
I'm all right.
I'm good.
Thank you both very much for your time. I really appreciate it. I'm starting to make my way back through the crowd towards the stage.
Good, you're silent.
But I think that's going to be quite the mission to do here. It's going to take us a hot minute to be able to see the speakers because the people down here are just so. I mean, the crowd is so thick. This is probably the thickest part of the crowd where we are. So hopefully it gets a little bit faster as I get moving through here. But I mean, it is crazy.
79. We're
Crazy
79.
how
That's what I thought.
absolutely packed it is down here.
79.
I can barely move, and I see a path through, and then it closes up on me at the last second. But I mean, I think it should. It's possible. It's just the luck of the draw.
See, we lost viewers when I did that, but they were freeloaders who were never going to donate anyway, so that's okay.
But the fact that I have talked to just 2 groups of people, and in that found 2 people who this is their first protest ever, should probably speak volumes. This is not just a crowd of people who are certainly paid protesters. That doesn't. No one would be able to afford crowds like this across the country. But then 2. Also, just like of the people who make protesting, a point of their day-to-day living. People who regularly exercise their right to protest. This is, I think, we can firmly say, a much broader movement that is happening in this country right now.
He has said is that to request $200 billion. And let me tell you, that would be on top of the $1.5 trillion that they're already insisting they need.
Yeah, he just, well.
That's our taxpayers.
I wouldn't say that.
That's money that could be paid teachers, build housing, feed kids, and lower medical bills. A wannabe king like Trump will waste our resources on illegal wars and to tear families apart. We say not one more dime. In the coming days, our elected officials will
continue. Whether ICE can stay on our streets and in our airports. Our message to them is simple. No ICE. No war. No war. No kings. No kings. Congress must reject funding for Trump's wars, for ICE, and for any spending bills that keep this dangerous administration in business. We're here today because we refuse to be silenced. Tomorrow and every day after, let's keep making as much noise as possible. Thank you.
I'm gonna let us listen in on the next couple of speakers.
You didn't have to do that, Tubby. Thank you.
Thank you so much for grounding us in a sober reality, facing our world and our communities, while at the same time giving us hope and encouragement. Who feels hopeful? Woo! I know I do. And no one can take that away from us. Thank you for the work you do to make our city and our world a better and safer place, a more hopeful place to live in. Okay, so you know, we're doing the chants. It's a chant day, right? Let's go. So, hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go.
Keep the energy up, people. Keep it up. Chicago, this year we lost an icon in the fight for civil rights. But Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr.'s legacy lives on in the work we are doing here today and the work we must continue to do. Our next two speakers embody his vision and the fight for our rights, for dignity for all of our communities and for unity. Pastor
Yeah, only retards think that Tyler Robinson was a far leftist. That is not true. He was not in their subculture. He did not speak their language. He was probably just a crazy person. So I strongly recommend you stop listening to whatever conservative bullshit you're listening to. Also, Turning Point USA had and listen, the death of Charlie Kirk is tragic, obviously, but Turning Point USA had every ability to continue on without him, and instead they chose to put a woman who has no fucking experience leading a massive nonprofit in charge, and you know, that's gone about as well for them as you can expect.
Julian DeShazier is a pastor at University Church in Hyde Park. He not only talks the talk, but he walks the walk, and we are so excited to have him on the stage today. After Pastor Julian, we will welcome Ed Yonka from the ACLU of Illinois. The ACLU of Illinois has been leading the fight to stop the federal administration from trampling our legal rights. They are leading efforts in the courts to protect our communities, including our right to vote. Please welcome Pastor Julian and Ed Yonka.
A pastor, you don't say.
Hello. From University Church and from every church, temple, synagogue, and mosque that is doing the work to love God's people and do justice in this world. Hello. Weeks ago, we laid to rest one of our city's great prophets, Reverend Jesse Jackson. I want to lift him up today because what we are doing in this gathering is not only saying no to fascism, no to ICE, no to war, and no to all of this evil that is being done in the name of God. No! But we have a yes in us as well. Each of us represents a struggle of not feeling seen or heard by this government. And many of us have felt this attack in our own bodies. As this country prepares to celebrate its 250th birthday, this gathering right now reminds us that we are the ones who helped build this country. We built this. And Reverend Jackson spent his life urging us, the least of these, not only to claim that and to fight back, but to work together, to see the struggle of the Black woman as our struggle, to see the attack against immigrants as an attack against each of us, to see what is happening in Palestine, Venezuela, and Sudan, and on the south side of Chicago, to see what is happening to poor children and service workers. to see what is happening to our trans and queer and neurodivergent and disabled family. To not only see them.
You notice how they group all those terms together? Trans and queer and neurodivergent and disabled. That's because all of those things come under queer Marxism. It's about undermining cultural normativity. Disability studies, crip studies is a part of queer Marxism.
As family, but to say yes to their struggle. Can I hear you say yes? Yes. This struggle gives us color and texture. Look around you today and notice the faces and voices of people that are not your own. Say yes to their color. Yes. Say yes to their struggle. Yes. Chicago, say yes to solidarity. Yes. To putting your color next to theirs. Yes to the...
We haven't done disability studies in a minute, so if you're new, you might be unfamiliar. When we say crip, that means crippled. It's a term that they use to identify themselves as not able-bodied. So they're saying that capitalism oppresses non-able-bodied people because the capitalist system doesn't believe that non-able-bodied people can be productive workers in the capitalist system. It's a whole subculture on the left. We cover it sometimes. We honestly haven't covered it nearly as much as we should, but we will get into the crips at some point because the Crips are fucking insane.
Rainbow Coalition. Each of us is a child of God fighting to be free right now. This government has told you no, but I came here today to tell you that our Creator has said yes.
Yes, Jesus.
So join with us. Join with the ancestors who have fought and bled and died for freedom. And say yes. Yes to humanity. Yes to peace. And yes to sharing in this struggle together now and forevermore. Amen.
Good afternoon, Chicago! The ACLU is proud to join with all of you and with millions of people all across this country in saying that we have had enough of a dangerous and incoherent wannabe president. We've had enough of illegal wars without Congress. We've had enough of slashing funds for critical programs like Head Start. We've had enough of masked, heavily armed ICE agents in our streets, terrifying our neighbors. And yes, we've had enough of cruel attacks on trans kids for cheap political points. And now, we've had enough of Donald Trump trying to rig our midterm elections. Donald Trump is incessantly pushing the SAVE Act, a measure that would force people to present a passport or a birth certificate just to register and vote. If you don't have access to those documents, you'd have to pay for them, a modern-day poll tax.
Why wouldn't you have access to a birth certificate or a passport?
The SAVE Act decimates Illinois laws that allow registration by mail and online. The law puts at risk 5 million people in Illinois who don't currently have a passport and millions of people across our state who have changed their name either because of marriage or adoption or for some other reason. Now look, none of this is about election.
If you change your name because you get married, do you know what you guys do? Do you guys know what you do if you change your name if you get married? You take a copy of your marriage license and you say, I changed my name when I got married. It's actually really simple. It's actually not that difficult at all.
Integrity.
I know.
Hell, Donald Trump thinks election integrity means that he and his acolytes win every election they campaign in. Donald Trump is seeking the SAVE Act to avoid accountability for his abuses of power. Accountability that comes from voters like you and me. The ACLU has been fighting and winning in courts against this administration's worst abuses for the last 14 months. But the courts alone are not enough. You know, there's a secret nobody likes to say. It is that our Constitution places the primary power in this country, not in the hands of a single branch of government, but with we, the people. And it is we, the people, who must join together to reclaim our power. Together, we, the people, can wrestle back power from a lawless administration. Together, we, the people, can protect immigrants and LGBTQ plus folks, people of color, political minorities, and people everywhere. As we have always seen and as we always learn, we, the people, are all in this together and we must protect each other. This is a great, beautiful day. But this gathering must be a beginning and not an end. Together, we can build a new, permanent, inclusive democracy that protects each of us, not just in this moment, but from any wannabe king in the future. The ACLU stands with you, committed to do that hard work to build that new democracy. So let's get started. No kings! No kings! No kings! Thank you, Chicago.
Let's give it up one more time for Pastor Julian and Ed Yonka. And as Ed said, this cannot be the end. This is only the beginning. We have to continue to fight in the courts and in the streets. Everywhere, we need to take the fight to that. Thank you for inspiring us and calling us to action.
All right, folks. I need to just change out my my microphone batteries.
Where's the next speaker?
At the level as well.
Democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. I got the chance.
Look at all those old people on the stage, guys. Remember, it was all just old white people. Look at all those old white people on the stage right now in Chicago.
Now, darling, let's go. Y'all think you're ready? All right, our final words will come from our amazing youth, because who are we without our youth?
Oh,
right? We're leading the way. They're actually leading the way a little bit. Join me in welcoming Amari and Angelique with the Chicago Students for Change, and Ale and Leah with the Social Justice High School in Little Village, who led the organizing for the student protest, the ice walkouts. Yes!
Oh, wow. So they're having kids come up who led walkouts at their high school and anti-ICE protesting and stuff like that. Wow. They're not old people. Wow.
With youth like this, we're in a good place. We know our hands are in a good future. So let's give a round of applause for them.
My name is Amari Bell, and I am a Chicago student. In America currently, I witness my classmates in fear of what America has become. Watching as young people are terrified of being the victims of injustice that our current administration is enforcing. When our so-called government is telling students everywhere that you do not matter, that your voice will not be heard, that you cannot speak, they are hurting us. By allowing men in masks with weapons to rip our families and communities limb to limb, giving the children, your children, us, an unsure, terrifying tomorrow. People are too afraid to leave their houses to even survive. When they are raping, breeding, and murdering children, they are telling girls and boys everywhere that if you are the victim of a sex crime, it does not matter if the perpetrator can pay off the law. When they throw children into juvenile prisons, they are telling us, the most oppressed group in the world, your freedom does not matter if we can get money per cell filled. They are ignoring the needs of us, the most oppressed group in the world, convincing the masses that the children don't know what they're talking about because they are uneducated, while they're stealing money from our public schools to fund the military they use like toys.
Not wrong, actually.
We will not let a racist, rapist, fascist ruin the future that is ours. We will not let that man and his lackeys instill fear and uncertainty and force us in a corner with his greed. Young people are the most united group today. We are the future of this nation.
Oh, Johnny. Oh. Guys, one in the chat if Johnny should become a channel member immediately so he can join us for Spy Stream tonight. 2 in the chat if, I think that should actually go without saying. Actually, you should just become a channel member. Honestly, become a channel member, come to Spy Stream tonight, bro. Like, let me ask the question again. Let me ask the question again. 1 in the chat if Johnny has no fucking idea how insane this stuff gets. 2 in the chat if we've reached peak insanity today. 1 in the chat if Johnny has no fucking clue how deep this particular rabbit hole. Yeah, exactly. Welcome, Johnny. Bro, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm gonna show you shit. And actually, speaking of which, guys, we do have to wrap up this stream because I do have to get Spy Stream started. So sadly, we didn't meet the channel membership goal today. We got pretty close. I really do appreciate everyone who donated channel memberships today. I appreciate everyone who sent in super chats. A big shout out to Old Sub and Hans who really kind of carried the way. Donnie Girls in there. Everyone who gave channel memberships, I really appreciate you getting us this far towards our goal. We're going to add that little remainder onto the goal tomorrow. We'll see how this goes. Bosnots, don't worry about it. You're an awesome supporter, bro. You've sent many of channel memberships. Do not worry. Yo! Old Sub and James at the same time. You guys were waiting. Old Sub and James were like waiting until the end of the stream. They were waiting. They were like, I'm going to be the one that puts it over the top. And then they both did it. And that's, you know what? Even better. That's 40 more people in the community, or not. Yeah, 40 more people in the community tonight. Guys, if you just got a channel membership and you want to join us for Spy Stream, what you need to do is you need to go to my YouTube channel homepage. You need to click on the post tab. And when you are a channel member, the very first post you see at the top is going to be an invitation for Spy Stream tonight. It will tell you what link we're going to. What I'm going to do now is I cannot believe you guys did that. Fucking Old Sub and James. You guys rock. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Makes me feel a lot better. I'll tell you that. Guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut down this stream, and I'm going to be starting up Spy Stream in a couple minutes. If you are a Substack supporter, a local supporter, a Patreon supporter, an X supporter, you can find the information on whatever platform you're a supporter on. Rumble members, just hang tight because you're going to see the stream pop up on Rumble. Just hang tight for me, okay? It'll come on the channel when it comes on the channel. I'm going to shut this stream down. We're going to start up our Spy Stream, and we're going to go inside a live socialist call to discuss what they're doing for May Day. All right, guys, I will see you on the other side. Take care. I will see you soon.